Hi all and welcome to the learning series of Excellent VBA. In today's topic we will discuss about scope of procedure and what is the method of calling one procedure from another. Okay, so what are the scope of procedure? There are two scope. One is the public procedure and second one is private procedure. So public by default when we are creating the macro, it's in a public. So usually we don't have to write like in a public keyword uh, before our sub or before creating a my sub procedure. It's taking by default only. So public procedure can be called by any another procedure in any modules of that particular workbook. And what is the private? Private procedure can be called by other procedure but it should be have in the same module only. So let's switch to the Excel to see in practical. So I have switched to the Excel. I'll open my Visual Basic editor. So this is my Visual Basic editor. Okay, so let's start with today's macro. I'll write the simple macro here. So sub and hide sheets. Okay, and I have not written the public keyword here. So if I'll write public, so this is my public sub procedure. I'll write simple worksheets dot, and I have given the sheet like index number 2 I have given, and visible is equal to false. Okay, this is one public sub procedure I have created. So when I'll run, I can run here. So I'll just insert one more modules. So these are the modules. I can insert n number of modules here. Say in module 1 I have created one hide sheet, and in module 2 I'll write sub, or this is also public sub, and I'll give message, and this will give message box of your sheet 2 is hidden. Okay, so I have created two different module, and in two different module I have created two different procedure. So first procedure will hide my sheet number 2, and second procedure will pop up one message box saying your sheet 2 is hidden. So why we require to call one method or one procedure sub procedure from one another. Okay, so if I'll run this method, this will just hide my sheet number 2, but it will not show up the message. So how I can show? I can call that particular module 2. So first I'll just copy the name of this sub procedure, and I'll write call this one. So if I'll hide my sheet, I'll run this macro, and this will say, it will come here and it will say hidden sheet 2 is hide. So I had 3 sheets here. Now my sheet 2 is hidden and it's ended. So if I'll go here and I'll unhide my sheet. Okay, macro. I have called the second macro or second sub procedure from my first procedure. So this is the public one. That's why I can call from any another modules from to this particular sub procedure. But what happen when I'll create this one private? If I'll create this one private and I'll try to call this from this one, it will not work. It will give me sub functional procedure not defined, because it's not able to find out the message macro what we have created in model 2. So that is the basic difference. In if it's in a public, we can call it from any another module also, but if it's in a private, then we have to write my private module in the same module only. or my private sub procedure in same module only. So if I'll write the my private procedure here also, then it will work. So if I'll write here and I'll say it will call this message and it will be workable. Okay, so this is the public and private. So public, in public we can call it from any n number of models or any models. In private it should be on same models. So the question comes in our mind, why we create the public and private? The private module can't be run through user form, if it's not given, or it can't be run through macro dialog box. If I'll go here macros, so I can see hide sheets, but I can't see message my particular macro or sub procedure. So but if I'll write it here public, then and if I'll go here, then I can see, and here will be the message. This is the message that this has been given like in a sheet name, my scope and procedure method to call procedure, and that module 1 dot message. So it's giving me the particular that. But if I'll create this as in a private, it will not be shown that by in macros windows. So that is the basic difference. I want to hide my macro or sub procedure, that's why I create it is in a private. Okay, this is the basic difference between the public and private. So the next thing, let's move to the presentation. So syntax, I have already discussed in my previous video where we have uh, learned what is the sub procedure we have. So you can click on I button and you can see how the procedure, what is the procedure and how that can be used. So let's move to the next slide. So what is the procedure, how we can call the procedure? There are two methods. One method is the call, how we have called procedure to name message in my hidden sheet procedure, and second one is application.run. So I'll just move to my Excel file now. Okay, I have moved my Excel file now. So instead of this, I'll just write it here, private sub procedure. So here I have two things. If this is module, my private module, then I can't call it from here. Okay, so how I can, if I just want to call this private method also, that is the another method we have to use instead of call, that is the application.run. So application.run, and I'll give you the name message. So in this case, if this is my private only, but I can call from this module also. So let's unhide this sheet and run this macro. So I'll press the F8, so it will go as the message and it will go here, it will give me the message your sheet 2 is hidden. So these are the two methods how we can call our public procedure or private procedure. Okay, so private procedure, if I'll go, because this is the private procedure message, if I'll go in my macro window, I'll not be able to see that one here. So this is the advantage. We can hide my procedure or entire module, not the entire module, entire procedure, if somebody want to see that one. So let's look at presentation now. Okay, so we have discussed about the call, we have discussed about the application.run method also, and rule we have to remember all the time when we are creating any procedure in any modules, that we should not have the same name of multiple procedures. So in one module I can have only one procedure and the one unique name for that procedure. So let's see in Excel. Okay, so I have moved to, I'll just cut this one from here and I'll paste it here. Okay, if I'll write this one public, then I can see in this one else. And this is the my hide sheet, and this is the message. If I just want to go in the step into or add into, then I can add it also, then it will open this one. So what happen if I'll give the same name here, hidden sheet? While writing it will not give me any error, but when I'll run it will give me error saying the name detected, ambiguous name has been detected, hide sheet, because this we have used the hide sheet twice. So when we are creating the sub process, the name should be unique. Okay, the another method is like, if we can use this particular procedure with the same name, control X, and I'll put it my in this one. Now if I'll call the hidden shade, and I'll use this one, because the same name we have given to the model 2 in model 2 also, it will not work, because it will go here, and because it's not able to find out the in model 2s. So how if we can give the same name in different model, not in the same models? So instead of here, if I'll write module 2 dot hide shade, then it will go to the model 2. We can give the same name in two different model, not in the same one. So if I'll write run this one, it will go, it will run this one, and it will give me the result. Okay, so but every time we have to define that module 2, this is the module 2, or this is the module 1. Instead of that, we have to use that is the safe practice, we can say. We have to use the unique name to create sub procedure name. So move to the presentation. Okay, so we have discussed about the how, what is the scope of procedure, how that procedure can be called, and what is the basic rule we have to remember while creating the sub procedure. So thanks for watching and keep learning, and please share, like and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you very much.